Hello everybody and welcome to Wesley's Plant World with me, Wesley Peterson, and today I want to do a video all about this stem in this green glass bottle next to me here. This is a stem from one of my Zamioculcas zamiifolia plants, the green variety. And well, it's always said that these plants cope with low light conditions, they cope with little water, and they cope very well in the darkest corner of your home and so forth. Well, they can survive, but they're not going to thrive in that situation. And what happens is they start to flop over to the sides and start hanging down, and they don't grow up into these lovely lush bushes that you're used to seeing when you buy them in the plant centres. So they do actually need a lot of bright indirect light to keep them very happy. But my indoor terrace garden is quite dark, so I've had some flopping on my plants, and this stem here flopped over to the side, so I decided to prune it off and put it in water and just keep it like that because I thought it was beautiful. Now, I've done this once before in my cottage where I had 3 stems from one of my huge Zamioculcas zamiifolias, and they stayed in a glass bottle and looked beautiful for a whole year, but they did nothing. They didn't get any roots, and then finally in the end they just ended up yellowing out and rotting away, so nothing happened. But this one I've had in this glass bottle now for around half a year, and it has become a water plant. Yes, that's right. This has been in a corner where I have LED lights and some grow lights around, and that's been enough to sustain this stem. And well, it has grown out lovely white roots. I'm going to show you in a moment. And not only that, it has grown out a lot of these bulbous potato-like tubers on the bottom. So it's turning into a whole plant. And I'm wondering if those tubers are going to actually grow out even more and stems will start coming up, because if they do, then there's not going to be enough space in this little bottle I have here. And if I show you a little bit closer, you'll see that the bottle has a thin top, and I have no way of getting this stem out of this bottle without smashing the bottle. So this is just surviving like it is in this bottle, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But for you to be able to understand just how well it's doing in the roots, I need to bring it a little bit closer, right? So I'll do that now. So here we go. The first thing I want to show you is the leaves, just to show you how beautiful they're still doing. So there they are. There's the lovely leaves. They're lovely and green, lovely and fresh. And I'm really pleased about that. And then if you look at these at the bottom, look at all these roots. If I pull it up out of the water, you might be able to see them a bit better. Yes, there you go. Well, look at this. It's just amazing. There's absolutely loads. Can you see those stems? There are stems popping up out of the bottom of this. It looks fantastic. Let's see if we can lift it a bit and see. Yeah, there you go. You can see some of them. Absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to show you that you can have a ZZ plant as a water plant and it will grow out beautifully for you. So the only thing you need to think about if you want to make yourself a water ZZ plant is room temperature water to start with, and then rinse out the water quite often with room temperature water. In fact, I've only rinsed out this water a couple of times in those 6 months. But if you want to be careful, you can do it basically every day if you wish to, but there's no need. As long as it stays clean. And I found this plant stays very clean because if you prune off a stem, there's no organic material around the bottom that rots into the water. There are no leaves or anything like that. So you should be fine for the plant to stay like that for a good amount of time without having to be changed out. But if you see any slime or anything like that, then change it out. I would suggest that you don't put it in a bottle like I have here with a very thin top if you want to be able to get it out very easily, or if you want to clean the bottle out easier, put it in something with a wider top. So if you want to keep your ZZ plant in water forever, basically, then I've heard it's best to put it in a container that's not actually see-through, so the roots are like they would be under the soil and they're not exposed to light or sun or anything like that, or no algae or anything like that will grow around them. But if you don't have it in a too bright a situation, then the plant should be absolutely fine. And it's so much fun looking at the roots, so I would always keep it in a glass see-through jar, whatever. I think the green is actually helping to make it a little bit slightly darker than instead of plain see-through glass, but as I said, it really probably doesn't make that much difference as long as you don't have it in direct sun or something very bright. But anyway, on my plant, this is the first stem of many, and it's going to carry on growing. And if I do see new stems growing up quite a lot in this glass container, well then I'll have to smash it out of this and I'll make a video all about that. But I think I'll still try and keep it as a water plant regardless of having to put it in a new container at some point, because it would be very interesting to see how long now this could last if it can stay like that. One thing that is important is that if it's in water like this, then it's not getting any nutrients. And this has survived like this for a very long time with absolutely nothing. But the other day I gave it just one single drop of liquid fertilizer in the water just to sustain it, because I saw it growing out these tubers. I wanted to make sure that it would be okay, and it's starting to pump out stems now, so it really does need a little bit more help than just plain water. But you can leave it in plain water for a very long time until roots start coming out for a couple of months before you start giving it any fertilizer. And if you do that, please do not put too much in there, because you will just burn out the roots, you will burn out the stem, and it will yellow off and it will die. And you're going to change out the water every now and again anyway, and then you can put maybe just a couple of times a year, a drop or two of fertilizer in the water, and then the rest of the time change it out and leave it as plain water so the plant doesn't get too much around it. It doesn't need that much. So this was just a fun experiment, and I just wanted to show this because I'm so happy that it's worked out for me this time, for the first time. So if I should need to take any more stems off my CZ plants, well, I'll try this again and see what happens. So all I have to say now is have some fun out there with your plants, and thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be coming up, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.